In this video, we're going to talk about solving absolute value equations. But before we do that, what we want to do is take a quick look at absolute value itself. So, for example, the absolute value of 8 is definitely equal to 8. And you probably remember that the absolute value of negative 8 is also equal to 8. So that's going to be an important idea. And I want you to take a look at that. So in the one instance, we have the thing on the inside of the absolute value is exactly the same as the thing on the outside. So the absolute value of 8 is equal to 8, obviously. In the second case, we have the opposite of the thing on the inside, right? The opposite of negative 8 is positive 8. And that's where we're actually going to kind of get all the equations that we work with. So, for example, if I have the absolute value of x equals 9, well, I know that two things are true. Either the thing in the absolute value, which is x, is equal to 9 by itself, or the opposite of the thing in the absolute value, or the opposite of x, is equal to 9. So if we have the opposite of x is equal to 9, then that means multiply through by a negative 1, you get that x equals negative 9. Okay, so that's the basic idea. And what we do is we just extend it. So the thing inside the absolute value is going to get more complicated. What also might happen is you might have a coefficient on the outside, or a constant that you have to move to the other side. The first thing you really want to do is isolate the absolute value. So assuming we've done that, we get to the absolute value of 2x plus 7 is equal to 15. So we get two equations. The first one, the thing on the inside is the same, so 2x plus 7 is equal to 15. The second equation deals with the opposite, so that'll be that the opposite of 2x plus 7 is equal to 15. So now I'm going to solve the left-hand equation where it's the same, so I'll subtract 7 from both sides, and then I'll divide by 2. I get x equals 4, and now I'm going to go back to the second equation. First thing I'm going to do is multiply through by negative 1 to just get 2x plus 7 equals negative 15. I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides, and then divide by 2 to get that. So those are actually my two solutions to this equation. Let's take a look at another example. So solving absolute value equations is, it's not the toughest thing in the world. So here we have 10 minus 6x, the absolute value of 10 minus 6x equals 4. So we get two equations, one in which the thing on the inside is the same, so 10 minus 6x is just equal to 4. The other, where we need the opposite of the thing on the inside, so that's going to be the opposite of the quantity, 10 minus 6x equals 4. You definitely want to use those parentheses there. I'm going to solve the left-hand equation. So I subtract 10 from both sides, and I divide through by negative 6 to get 1. And then, if I go back a little bit, moving over to this next thing, I'm going to multiply through by negative 1 to get 10 minus 6x equals negative 4. I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides, get negative 6x equals negative 14. Now I'll divide through by negative 6 to get negative 14 over negative 6, but then I can simplify that to just 7/3. Okay, so that's how you can solve absolute value equations. It's two examples of it. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to make a different video where I solve some absolute value inequalities, but I'm going to use these same ideas. So you have to be really good at solving equations if you want to be able to go through the steps of solving an inequality. So I hope you found this helpful, and good luck.